Someone asked LL Cool J if NCIS. Sam Hanna is a Knicks fan, and I found I needed to know. Television fans ask actors all kinds of questions. Some are serious, some are deeply emotional, and some seem completely random until you realize they reveal something fascinating about a beloved character. Recently, one such question found its way to LL Cool J, and it was surprisingly impossible to ignore. Is Sam Hanna from NCIS a New York Knicks fan? At first glance, it sounds like a small detail. Sam Hanna is a former Navy SEAL, a seasoned NCIS agent, and one of the franchise's most respected characters. His loyalty, tactical brilliance, and unwavering commitment to his team have defined him for well over a decade. Whether he roots for a particular NBA franchise seems insignificant compared to everything else that makes Sam who he is. And yet, the moment the question was asked, I realized I desperately wanted an answer. Maybe it's because sports fandom often tells us something personal about a character. Maybe it's because LL Cool J himself has such a strong connection to New York. Or maybe it's because after spending years watching Sam Hanna navigate impossible missions and emotional challenges, fans naturally want to know the little things that make him feel even more real. Whatever the reason, the question opened an unexpectedly entertaining rabbit hole. The case for Sam Hanna, being a Knicks fan. The most obvious argument starts with LL Cool J himself. Born and raised in New York, the rapper-turned-actor has never hidden his love for his hometown. Throughout his career, New York has been woven into his identity. His music, interviews, and public appearances often reflect pride in the city that helped shape him. That connection naturally makes people wonder whether some of that New York energy found its way into Sam Hanna. Actors frequently bring pieces of themselves into long-running roles. After portraying a character for more than a decade, subtle overlaps begin to emerge. Certain mannerisms, speech patterns, and personality traits can blur the line between performer and character. If LL Cool J were to imagine Sam sitting down to watch basketball on a quiet evening, it's easy to picture him cheering for the Knicks. After all, New Yorkers tend to carry their sports loyalties with pride. Being a Knicks fan isn't always easy, but it's often a lifelong commitment. The franchise represents perseverance, hope, and enduring loyalty, qualities that also describe Sam Hanna remarkably well. In many ways, the emotional experience of supporting the Knicks mirrors Sam's personality. He never quits, he never abandons his team, and he keeps believing even when circumstances become difficult. That sounds suspiciously like Knicks fandom. But would Sam actually follow basketball? There's another side to the debate. Sam Hanna isn't exactly portrayed as someone who spends every evening glued to sports broadcasts. His life revolves around missions, family, and protecting others. Throughout NCIS Los Angeles, viewers saw a man who prioritized responsibility above personal hobbies. Even during his downtime, Sam often focused on family matters or helping his fellow agents. That doesn't mean he wouldn't enjoy basketball. It simply means sports might not be a defining aspect of his character. In fact, Sam strikes me as the type of fan who watches when he can, but doesn't build his identity around it. He probably knows what's happening in the league, catches important games, and enjoys the occasional playoff run without becoming obsessed. The image feels authentic. He's not arguing online about trade rumors at 3 in the morning. He's not memorizing advanced analytics. He's just quietly supporting his team whenever time allows. And honestly, that somehow makes the idea even more believable. Why fans care about these tiny details. One of the most interesting things about long-running television shows is how invested audiences become in fictional people. Fans don't just want to know who catches the villain. They want to know what kind of music characters listen to, what food they order, what movies they enjoy, and yes, which basketball teams they support. These details create texture. They transform characters from plot devices into people. The best television series understand this. Even when specific details never appear on screen, viewers spend years imagining the lives characters lead when cameras aren't following them. That's especially true for someone like Sam Hanna. For years, he served as one of the emotional anchors of NCIS Los Angeles. Audiences watched him experience triumph, heartbreak, friendship, loss, and personal growth. Naturally, fans become curious about everything else. Sports fandom becomes another piece of the puzzle. The New York connection is hard to ignore. Even if the show never officially confirms Sam's NBA preferences, the New York connection remains compelling. The Knicks are more than a basketball team, they're a cultural institution. Supporting them often says something about a person's relationship with the city itself. It reflects resilience, optimism, and a willingness to stay loyal despite disappointment. Those themes fit Sam remarkably well. Throughout his NCIS journey, Sam repeatedly demonstrated resilience under pressure. He endured personal tragedies, navigated dangerous operations, and remained dedicated to the people around him. If sports fandom reflects personality, then the Knicks would actually be a logical match. Not because they're always successful, but because true Knicks fans keep showing up regardless. That sounds exactly like Sam Hanna. The beauty of unanswered questions. Perhaps the most enjoyable aspect of this entire discussion is that there may never be a definitive answer. Television leaves room for imagination. Fans fill those gaps with their own interpretations, creating personal versions of beloved characters that feel meaningful to them. Some viewers might picture Sam cheering for the Knicks. Others might imagine him following another team entirely. A few might argue he barely watches basketball at all. None of those interpretations necessarily contradict what we've seen on screen. That's part of the fun. Not every detail needs an official canon explanation. Sometimes speculation helps keep characters alive between episodes. My verdict. After thinking about it far longer than any reasonable person probably should, I've reached a conclusion. Yes, I believe Sam Hanna is a Knicks fan. Not an over-the-top, face-painted, season-ticket-holding superfan. Not someone who structures his life around the NBA schedule. Just a loyal New Yorker at heart who quietly checks scores, catches games when possible, and hopes every season might finally be the one. The idea simply fits. It aligns with LL Cool J's roots, complements Sam's personality, and feels like one of those small character details that instantly makes sense the moment you hear it. Most importantly, it's exactly the kind of question that reminds us why television fandom can be so enjoyable. A simple inquiry about basketball somehow became a deeper conversation about identity, loyalty, and the tiny details that make fictional heroes feel real. And honestly, now I kind of need someone to ask whether Sam Hanna has thoughts about the Yankees too.